Hey everyone, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. I have decided to take you guys along on our kitchen remodel extravaganza. We have a super tiny kitchen right now. It is 6 feet by I think like 26 feet long. So it's not even wide enough for like 2 countertops on both sides. It's not really even a full galley kitchen. It's more like a closet kitchen. It's weird. With one side we have 12-inch butcher block countertops with some open shelving on the bottom, which is okay. I mean, we've had this kitchen for almost 8 years like this. So I'm gonna be taking down a wall and expanding it, and it's gonna grow like 4 times the size of what it is right now. I've been working on these plans for years. Literally probably the first year or two we moved into this house, I started planning. So I've been refining it. I've gone through loads of different options of what I would want it to look like and features that we want. We've changed what stove and range we're gonna get at least 10 times. The dishwasher a few weeks ago actually caught on fire and the fire department had to come. It was really exciting. And so that burned out, but it's fine because it was an 18-inch dishwasher. Who gets 18-inch dishwashers? I don't know. So what I'm gonna be doing with my YouTube channel now is just whatever I work on that week, I will try to post and keep you guys updated with the kitchen. Right now we have absolutely nothing done on it. This is the very beginning. I just finished setting up my workshop, which I've had some of these tools for 5 or 6 years, and they've been in crates, and yeah, it's been really stupid how long it's been since I have purchased these. I finished running all of my vacuum system up here, setting up the tools, got all my major tools around here. And yeah, so I'm almost done closing in the garage. I have the doors here and I've added all the walls. This was a carport, a really big carport, but still a carport. Everything was open, and I have framed in the garage doors. I just need to purchase them and install them. Maybe that'll be another video coming up soon. So the design for the kitchen is right here. And you can see it's gonna be massive compared to the old kitchen, which was here. And now we're gonna expand into the next room, which used to be kind of a living breakfast room den sort of thing, I don't know. And the corner over here is gonna be an actual walk-in pantry. So it'll be 4 feet by 4 feet, and it'll have an angled wall, and we're gonna have a really awesome pantry door. So I found these French antique doors, they're exterior doors, at an architectural antique place in Birmingham, Alabama, which is close to where we live. And they had those for like 6 years, almost, yeah, probably about 6 years. And every time we went in, I was like, these are the doors I want. And I was gonna use one for the pantry door and one in a later project, probably our master bathroom project. They're gonna give them to me for a pretty good price, still a lot of money. And it was just gonna be like just one of the big focal points of the kitchen, and they sold them literally like 4 or 5 months ago, right when I was getting close to actually starting to work on the kitchen. So what I decided to do now is to build a door that I've never built before. So that's gonna be my absolute first project on this kitchen. I have set up all my tools. I have my vacuum system working, filtration system, it's all here. And so this is the first time I'm gonna be actually using my tools. My brother-in-law had a pretty nice workshop that I had milled some wood there. So it was pretty similar to my setup I have here. But all this wood, it's still a little bit of a mess, so just ignore that. All this wood over here on the walls is raw wood that I've had for years. Today I'm gonna be using cherry. So I'm gonna make the door out of cherry. It's gonna be 9 feet high, 28 inches wide. And I picked out some cherry right here. I think I have enough to mill. I don't know. It's just one of like, kind of see how it goes projects, because I've never really done this deep down, like from start to finish. I've made a few things with raw wood, but it was like not very much. So this is my first major project. So I'm hoping I got enough wood out to mill so I don't have to like go back and mill more once I realize I don't have enough pieces. So here are my extremely detailed drawings. So this is what it's gonna look like. I'm also gonna have to figure out how to do like a stained leaded glass insert thing, so that'll be fun to learn. That's the colors, and the one over here, the black and white, that's the actual drawing of each square is like 4 inches. Why are you not in focus? Why are you not in focus? There it goes. So each square represents 4 inches on my graph paper. I think I have everything I need in this cherry wood, so I'm gonna get started. All right, so this is my planer. That's an 8-inch blade. I'll show you right there, and ignore the rust. It's literally been in a crate for 6 years, so we're gonna just work with it. It's 6 feet wide, and it's the Grizzly Go656P for polar bear. It's awesome. I love it. I've done one test piece and it was great. So it's only 8 inches wide. Most of this wood is over 8 inches. This one's not. This one is. That one is. That one is. That one is. So what I'm going to do is on my table saw, I'm just going to take about an inch off of almost all of those, just so it can safely and comfortably go in my planer. And so that's step 1. Let's get going. Alright, so here is my finished board. I am so happy with it. It's not perfect. There was some oil on there as well. I forgot to clean it before I got started, and I'm not sure that it totally recorded everything because it's been a while since I've made a YouTube and done woodworking. So doing them together, we'll see what we end up with. Anyway, this is so pretty. I love it. So honestly, the oiled side shows a little bit more of what the finished texture will be like. There's some bumps. It's still going to be sanded completely, so don't worry about that. But that's a little bit of oiled. Look how pretty this wood is. So pretty. So this, I knew this was here, and I'm only going to use 6 inches. So this section should be 6 inches here. So nice. Cherry is so nice. So 1 down and 6 more to go. Oh man, this was my shortest piece. This is just under 9 feet and the other ones are all 10 feet. So I'm gonna have to cut about a foot off of them. 4 of them I'm gonna leave barely over 9 feet because I need them to do like the side rails for the door. But between here and here is 9 feet. So I can't exactly have 10 feet right there. So anyway, let's finish milling some wood. So progress report. You consult our handy dandy paper. So on the right, I have the bottom panel cut. the bottom and middle rails done. Half of the rail on the top done. That's all right here. So there's the bottom rail, middle rail, half of the top. Because I'm gonna have to double these up because nothing's gonna be thick enough. So I want the door to be at least an inch and a quarter. Inch and a half would be nice. I think that's what these are right now, is inch and a half, but that's not the final dimension. So probably inch and a half. I only have half of it because I'm gonna have to piece together some. So it's only gonna be 4 inches at the top. Unfortunately, this is 7, so I can't double this, which would have been ideal. I will have to figure that out. So I may just have to go grab another piece of cherry from over there and cut like 23-inch piece and just mill one that's super skinny, like 4 inches. And then this is the panel at the very bottom. So all these pieces ended up being about 1/2 inch. I got it from a board that was really, really kind of curved, so I knew it was gonna be pretty thin, but it's this bottom panel area, so that is totally fine. It kind of needs to be thin anyway. So the only thing left I'm gonna do today is think about cutting the 2 stiles, which are the 2 side tall pieces, because they're 9-foot pieces. And that's gonna be a lot of wood to mill, and I don't want to. I may rip it down a little more narrow. Right now they're like almost like 7.5 inches, almost 8 inches. And I don't need them to be that wide, and that becomes more difficult on the joiner. So all right, we have all of our pieces cut, except for that one piece that I mentioned earlier. We'll see if I need that. Otherwise, all of my pieces are cut. I'm ready for some assembly. So that's all I'm gonna do for today. I'm gonna clean up. Good morning. It's the next day. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Anyway, so we have all these boards nice and ready to go. What I did, I'm gonna want the door to be 1.25 inches thick, which is what all the rest of our doors are inside our house. But none of this is 1.25 inches. So I have 1 pair for each section with the same size, which it doesn't really matter because we're gonna get them all down to the same thickness on the planer later on. But so what we're gonna do first is face glue these to make the boards thicker. So each of these will be separate. Glue those. These long pieces, we'll do that in a minute because I need all of my clamps for these. This is going to be a panel, so this will be sideways. Gluing it together like this. And it's going to be thin because this is the bottom panel for the door. So we're going to get these thicker and then go through the jointer on the sides, and then we're going to do, what am I going to use? Domino, and connect these to where they're nice and strong, and then glue this. I'm just stalling because I'm just talking about what's going to happen instead of doing it. So let's get gluing. Okay. Okay, so I don't have a workspace for gluing, so we're going to use the floor. Not the most ideal, but it's concrete floor and it's fairly level right in this spot. So I have my clamps set up. Also, these are like different sizes because they're all from different boards, so they're not quite the same. So I'm gonna try to get one side level, not level. I'm gonna try to get one side flush, so it's not as difficult on the jointer to get them straight. And then the other side we will just chop off to its final dimensions. So that's all. Throwing all my offcuts and little scraps from ripping down the boards right there on the ground. But I'm gonna keep these two. They're about the same size, so because we're gonna need some trim pieces around the top opening where the glass is gonna be inserted, and I need to have some trim. So to make some trim. That's cool. I'll set that aside. Just with some squeeze clamps, I'm gonna pull these 2 boards on both sides, so 4 boards, to make it sure it's flat, and then I'll tighten it all the way down to the glue consent. I'd like to take a moment to apologize. I get a little too excited and I just start doing stuff. And so I have already cut. All my boards were done with being glued up. I sent them through the thickness planer to get them all the same, all the rails and the styles. And then I just went right to the table saw to start cutting my little channels for my tongue and groove system. Only made 2 major mistakes. So I'm just gonna chip all the middle part of that out with a chisel. My major mistake was that my father-in-law gave me this and has these measurements right here, and I went the wrong direction. I was gonna do 5/8 and I ended up doing 7/8 high, so that's cool. My other mistake was going through all my cuts, I sort of made one wrong cut when I was trying on the one wrong side. So I'll just fill that with some scrap wood that goes inside. It's not gonna be seen and we can fix it. Okay, last I left you, we were mid-door project. Would you like the good news or the bad news? Let's go with the bad news. Well, there's really like 2 good newses and then 1 bad news. So the 1 good news is that it's almost done, pretty much. I have all of my pieces cut out, trimmed, everything ready to go. Here's that, here's the other trim. The styles are over there. Totally ready to go. The bad news is I'm stopping the process right now. So that just means you guys just have to stay tuned, subscribe down there, hit the notification bell for more videos whenever I come out with them, because the other greater news is that we are starting our kitchen remodel. Whenever I started this door, I did not think we were gonna get right to the kitchen like right now, or actually mid-project. So all I have left on this door project is to make the leaded stained glass. We're gonna try to go later today to get the glass, but we have made some really amazing purchases. We have been saving for a couple of new appliances, the range being the most expensive one. We found an amazing deal at our local scratch and dent store, and there's like a scratch on the side of the stove. So you like slide it in and then you don't see the scratch anymore. So pretty amazing for like over 40% off. So we decided, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just do it. We switched our budget around for our kitchen. I'm gonna be making all the cabinets from all the walnut that I have, instead of painting them like I've said in the past on other videos and on my Instagram stories and stuff like that. So all that to let you know, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will finish this door, but I have some more pressing needs at the moment, like building a kitchen. You guys definitely follow along on my YouTube channel. I'll be posting videos constantly because I'm going to be trying to document as much as I can of this process. The first video coming up after this one will be a tour of the kitchen, the old kitchen, and let you know exactly what we're dealing with. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos on the kitchen remodel. At the end of the kitchen remodel, all those videos will probably be finishing up this door at that point, making the leaded glass insert, putting it in, and installing it in a brand new kitchen. So, thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned next time. We'll see you later. And here we are. This is it. This is it. Nothing else. Okay, so deep down. Things that are okay. This refrigerator, a lot of stuff does not work on it.